or beyond, because we are global, that you may be coming from. And we are just super excited to have you all here. All right. Everybody can see that, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Just checking, because sometimes, well, my little icons disappeared on the side. Okay, everyone, we are here tonight for one reason and one reason only, for the launch of Alexandra and the Awful, Awkward, No Fun, Truly Bad Dates by Rebecca Manley, illustrated by Caterina Oliveira, like Primavera. She told me, I think I just said that wrong, but she'll correct me a little later. And tonight's event is sponsored by a plethora of book people, and people all over the state of Texas who know Rebecca Manley and who Rebecca's part of their communities. I'm Bethany with the Writing Barn, and we have the Literary Lone Star, Lit Life from Texas, Book People, the Texas Book Festival, and there are going to be door prizes tonight, so stick around for that. I'm Bethany Hegedus, and I'm the owner and creative director of the Writing Barn and a fellow author and a personal friend with Rebecca. And I'm just so excited to be able to MC tonight and to welcome all of you to this festive celebration. So the Writing Barn, we've been around for about 8 years, and we have a physical space here in Austin, and that's mostly shuttered right now. The deer are running wild. I took a sunset picture later tonight with Becca's book that you'll see, and we are hosting virtual events and keeping people engaged as best we can with our virtual intensives, classes for kids and teens, webinars, and of course our book parties, which is what we are here tonight for. And just some pictures of the space, and that's what we're here for, parties. So we have physical parties, and we've been doing the virtual parties since the pandemic began, in partnership with our great Austin indie book people. Christina, would you like to come on and let us know what's been happening at Book People?
Yes, for sure. I mean, first of all, I want to say thank you for having us here. We're really happy to be here. And what's happening at Book People? We're prepping for the holidays. So just a friendly reminder to everyone to shop early this holiday season and shop local. And to mention that signed books and personalized books are great gifts that you can give to everyone in your family. So Rebecca will be signing some stock at Book People. So make sure to get your orders in, make sure to get your requests. And we ship everywhere. We ship internationally as well. We're open to the public now 7 days a week at a limited capacity. And we also have extended hours. Now we're open to 7 p.m. And yeah, we're really happy to be here and be supporting Rebecca's new book.
And Rebecca's already done one batch of signing at the outdoor picnic tables on the actual release day, correct, Rebecca?
Yeah.
That's right.
And ready to do more. For sure, especially for those holiday gift orders. This is just the perfect gift for the holidays. I'm getting my my orders in as we speak. This is a party, everybody, not just your typical party. This is a evening festive event. So go ahead and grab some eggplant and some mozzarella. Make sure you have a beverage to toast with, whether that's a sparkling water or wine, whatever it is, a Alex cocktail that we sent around the recipe for. Take a comfy seat in our well-designed virtual fall outdoor garden party event tonight for Rebecca, right here at the Writing Barn. So the sun was setting earlier, the book lined up right with the welcome sign and the Writing Barn sign, and I could think of no better way to welcome our incredible guests for tonight. We have, along with Rebecca, the entire team behind this wonderful book. So we have Natalie Lackasil, Rebecca's agent at the Bradford Literary Agency. She represents children's authors, adult mysteries, and a bunch of other things and you can follow Natalie online. And Natalie, would you like to say hello and let everybody know what part of the country you're coming from tonight?
Sure. Hello, everybody. I'm Natalie. I am here in San Diego. It's probably the least chilly area here, even though I'm in a turtleneck. It's like 60 degrees is like snowing to me. So yes, so glad to be here and celebrate this awesome book.
Welcome. And we have Claire. Claire said her name for me, and now I'm not going to be able to say it. So Claire, please tell us your last name.
Hi, everyone. I'm Claire Seeloff. I'm an acquisitions editor at Ulysses Press. And I'm coming to you from Brooklyn, and it is very cold and very rainy here. So happy to have this fun festivity to join tonight.
We're thrilled to have you here. And was this picture taken out in front of the library at Bryant Park?
No, this was actually in front of the courthouse in Brooklyn outside of our office. And clearly my hair has done its quarantine grow out since this photo.
Mine
no
is
more
a whole
bangs.
different color, a whole different color. Wonderful. Thank you for being here, and thank you for acquiring Alexandra and bringing her out to the world. We also have illustrator Catarina Oliveira. Catarina is a Portuguese illustrator living in Toronto, Canada. Catarina, is that where you're joining us from tonight?
Yes, hi everyone. I'm in Toronto and it's already very cold.
Very cold, very cold. Well, I hope some of you are bundled up with fires at our outdoor garden party. You can have blankets and a toasty roaring fire as well. And then our prima donna of the hour, the incredible Rebecca Manley. Look at that picture, matching the book with Lottie the dog. Rebecca holds her Master's of Fine Arts from Hollins University, and she feels she's earned her MFA in dating. We're going to get to experience some of that tonight. She lives here in Austin and is fueled by swimming, queso, and good conversation. You may know Rebecca from the Texas Center for the Book, and where she works to encourage literacy, reading, and library use in the Lone Star State. And we are here to celebrate her debut book tonight. And welcome, 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 Rebecca. And you are joining us right here from Austin, correct?
Yes. I'm just in my little downtown apartment. Thank you for that intro.
We're thrilled to have you. And you can follow Rebecca. You might know her from Brave Tutu. You might know her from her work with the SCBWI, moderating panels at the Texas Book Festival, friends and family from near and far. We are super excited to be celebrating with you tonight. And this is what we're here for, Alexandra and the awful, awkward, no fun, truly bad dates. So I'm going to stop screen share for a bit and come back to all of you, and we're going to kick it off with some conversation. Then later we have some Q&A with our panelists, and Katarina's going to show some video, and we have our door prizes. Rebecca, did you want to kick things off with a door prize?
Yes, Christine, are you here? This first door prize is courtesy of Lone Star Literary Life. Thank you for sponsoring that. Christine, make sure you put the link in the chat. Did you want to say anything about that, Christine?
No, I'll just say hi. And I'm so happy and proud of you, like a mama or something. But here's the coffee mug we're giving away, and I didn't want to mess this up out of the package, but here's the Lone Star Lit t-shirt. And even if you're not a Texan, everybody loves Texas authors, clearly. So that's what we do, Texas books, Texas authors, and we're really, really happy to support you, Rebecca. We're so happy.
Thank you. And Bethany, were we just going to pick a number and you're going to just choose it from the sheet? I guess we.
Yes, I will. Yes, we will. That means I have to do triple duty with my spreadsheet. You know what? Let's pick a number and I will announce at the end.
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Okay. So you're going to pick a number from 1 to 105.
33.
33. Okay, first door prize for Lit Life is number 33. Okay. Oh, great. And I wanted to let you all know too, I'm sorry, I stopped my screen a little too soon, that there is official party etiquette tonight because this is a special event. So you can light up the chat with love. You can tell Rebecca how much she means to you. You can regale her with funny stories. You can clap. You can leave heart icons, whatever you like. So go ahead and do that in the chat. We're also going to do a toast at the end. So if anyone wants to come on and actually raise their cocktail glass or their bubbly beverage, you can do that as well. So again, we are just here to like enjoy one another and to celebrate female empowerment, cute pug dogs, and getting through the pandemic. That's what we're here for, right, Becca?
Yes, you said it perfectly.
Great. Wonderful. We got some more people coming on in, and ooh, my video cut off. Let me put that back on. Great. Okay, so Rebecca, we're going to turn it over to you just to kind of like welcome people, and then I've got a bunch of questions for you and your team.
Oh, great. So is this where I do my gratitude?
Yes.
Okay. So I was gonna do this like elaborate slideshow of pictures and gratitude. I'm doing 2 parts gratitude because I get to, because it's my lunch. This is part 1 of gratitude, and then I'm gonna do part 2. But I realized that I really wanted to pretend and also actually look out and see y'all's faces when I just say how grateful I am for each of you. Even if we've never met, I'm grateful for you to be here. It's fun to see Parker on here that I know is Katarina's friend. I feel like there's people I've gotten to know online. But I just wanted to walk through gratitude for my friends. Thank you for just being there and supporting me as in this writing journey. I wanted to read my dedication real fast because I think it sums it up. I dedicate this first book to my team of family and friends. Writing and dating are not solitary sports. No matter the score, you've loved me, listened through heartache, cheered fiercely, and kept me laughing. Thank you for believing in me. For all those going on awful, awkward, no fun, truly bad dates, know you are not alone, and I hope this book keeps you laughing. I want to thank my family, specifically my twin sister, for going along with my crazy imagination, even though she wasn't so sure about it throughout our lifetime. She got jealous of my imaginary friend, so she made up her own, even though she wasn't really even around. I want to thank my mom for being here. I'm kind of going in order of knowing, and just family as a whole. I see Aunt Susie on here and Malia for just cheering for me. I think my 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Lauderdale, because she encouraged me to just dream and be creative and write. I decided when I worked for Carnival Cruise Lines, if anyone out there is from Carnival, that I wanted to write at a professional level, and I ended up at Hollins University. I saw Amanda out there. Feel free to, wave if I mention a group you're in. I want to thank the people of Roanoke and St. John's Roanoke and my writing group there, the Roanoke Sea Cups. I know I've seen Angie and Marcy, and maybe there's others. SCBWI Community Society for Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. Bethany for being my mentor and my champion, and for creating the Write Submit Support class, which I feel like helped me take this next step. I see a lot of y'all on here from WSS. The Loma Linda Fellows wrote this book on retreat with y'all. And then of course, my Austin Critique group that was led by Megan. There's a lot of you on there as well. So that's part 1 of gratitude. Be ready for more. This has been a journey, and it hasn't been alone. And writing and dating are not something that people usually do alone. And I am thankful for y'all. So that's all I want to say right now.
Fabulous, fabulous. Well, Rebecca, writing and dating may not be solitary sports, but here in the pandemic, they can feel like that, right? But we're doing our best to bring everybody together to celebrate all of our creativity, all of our imagination, and this great book that's going to keep people laughing and make everybody feel warm and bubbly inside. So for our entire team, that would be Agent Natalie. Let's start with you. So signing Rebecca as, you know, a picture book author who also had these out of the box, wonderful, witty picture book parody ideas. I happen to know some other fabulous ideas Becca has up her sleeve. What did you see in Becca's work that excited you and had you want to take her on? This is where the process began with the two of you.
Yeah, so actually I was connected to her through one of my colleagues who I don't know if it was the Writing Barn or a different conference, who met her, and she put us in touch and said, I think you guys would really click. And you know, the first thing I saw was Rebecca's picture book manuscripts, which were just stunningly beautiful. And I fell in love with her writing first. And then, you know, when we were talking on the phone and she was telling me about all of the other ideas she had and different projects, and I had this like so much energy and excitement talking with her and thinking through the possibilities, and it just felt really energizing. I can't really explain it any other way. And so I just knew I had to work with her. So it was just very much a meeting of the minds, I guess, and kind of the way that we it seemed like we'd be a great team together.
Oh, we love that. We want perfect partnerships with our agents. So that is wonderful to hear, like the warmth and the connection there. Rebecca, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Well, you know, I just wanted to say for those that are attending this because they want to know a little bit more about craft, you know, when you sign up for an agent, the idea is it's a lifelong partnership. And when you have a book baby, it's your baby forever. And you want someone that you can grow with. And I knew that I had outside the box ideas. So it was so important for me to find someone I can dream with and to talk things out. And I have books from lap readers on up through adults and outside the box ideas. And I don't know what kind of author I'll even be in 5 years. So I needed to know someone that was excited with the heart of what I was doing and would kind of grow with me. And so Natalie was just the obvious choice. I still talk about it all the time with people, friends and family. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know she was out there. I'd heard people say you have to choose one or the other, maybe have one agent for adult and one for children. And when I found Natalie, I was so glad. So thanks, Natalie.
Awesome. Next, after the agent, we go to the editor. So Claire at Ulysses, what made you want to bring this picture book parody to readers? And then let us know how you discovered Katerina, because the text comes in first, correct?
Yes, we got the submission from Natalie, and we always read all of our slush pile submissions. So if anyone is out there thinking that they're yelling into the void when they submit to the slush pile, there is someone reading it, don't worry. And we tend to look for like 1 or 2 gift type books to put on our list, but we have to be really selective about them just because we want to target audiences that kind of are underserved or might be more niche. Since we're an indie publisher, it's hard to go up against, you know, the top 5. And so what I really liked about this proposal was that it was talking about a super common subject, but in a way that hadn't really been done before. And I thought it was smart writing. I thought it was funny. And on top of that, there was a lot of heart behind it, which I liked, because you can get really bitter in the swiping community. So I liked that there was kind of a happy and wholesome ending to that. And then in terms of how I found Katerina, I believe it was on Women Who Draw. And then I just cold emailed her and I was like, hey, I love your art. Do you want to work together? And I think that's how that happens. So
Yes.
So awesome. And Katerina, would you like to take us into your process a little bit? We have some, I know we have some slides and some things about the creation of this book, but we'd love to know more about the illustration process.
Sure. I would love to share, and I prepared some slides, but first I would like to confirm that Claire, it was like that. It was a huge surprise because that's the website. It's Woman Who Draw. It has, I don't know, more than 1,000 people there. So, and we only have one drawing on that website, and it was just luck. For me, it was huge luck that you liked my drawing. And after negotiations, and we decided the timeline, and that was the major constraint in this challenge, was the timeline, because it was very short. The illustrator gets the script, and we have a blank page and the text, and that's it. And we start, and I'm gonna share my favorite page, because Rebecca one time asked me what was my favorite page of the book. So I decided to talk about the process of doing that page, which is the same for the entire book. And my favorite, and why is my favorite page? I'm gonna share the screen, let you see. So this is my favorite page, and it's a date. So the book, it's more or less one page, one date. And so I just have one shot, like a snapshot of that date. And that it's the fun of doing a picture book, because you have to, there's a storyline, of course, but you have this chance to capture the essence of the dates. And like the title says, all dates are bad, are really bad. And the picture, let me see, I don't know how to go back, I guess. So I like this date because it's a pet peeve of mine. Someone going out, so you can read the date, spent the entire date on the phone, and it's so rude. That sounds really awful for me. So I have a blank page, and I get the text, and the first thing that I do is scribble, and doing, really, it's called thumbnails, and doing all these stick figures just to draw all the ideas. And sometimes I have more than one idea for a page, but I submit to Claire, and this is all between me and Claire, the editor. The illustrator never works with directly with the author. That's the normal. There are exceptions, but that's the normal things. And for this specific page, I had one note. It was a note saying this, it's supposed to be a fun date. It's supposed to happen in a fun place. And the suggestion was the zoo. But I'm an art nerd, and I wanted to be in the museum. But because for me, fun it is to spend 30 minutes in front of huge painting in silence. And I thought maybe people won't connect with that feeling. So we decided on the zoo concept. And after getting the concept, then I started sketching the composition. And here you can see I had the idea of doing it in an aquarium, because I needed to be spectacular. so spectacular that it's impossible for the date to ignore what's happening. So it had to be really amazing. How can you be surrounded by this glass aquarium with everything happening and you're looking at your phone? So the aquarium seemed to me the obvious choice. And this is actually a very one of the pages that I didn't get not a lot of changes. So pretty much it's the same as you can see from the first sketch. We changed a little bit how the how Alex was dressed. Sorry,
Slipping the tongue
Rebecca,
there.
you look like. And by the way, people need to know that I don't know at this point. I don't know Rebecca. I never seen her, so I drew Alex as I saw her in my head, and well, that's another conversation why I drew her like that. But and that's it. Then it's once the drawing is locked, then it's the fun part is just coloring, which is why I made a video. So you can see how it seems easy, but I started with the background because that's the fun part. I chose, then I drew the fish, and I wanted to be very spectacular. And I'm for me, I wanted, and I drew, by the way, I drew Alex in a very sexy dress, and because it's kind of translucent. And I'm like, what the only change that we did by the end was changing her gesture, just and show her face more, looking at her date, and she's like waving hello. Look at me, I'm gorgeous. And by the way, there's a huge what's a whale shark behind you. So, and that's it. That's why it's my favorite page.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Katerina, you should know that Claire was wonderful, and she gave me a list of her like top choices, and you were one of my top choices. So I feel like we were so lucky to get you. And I think I had this conversation with Claire every single email was like, can you believe this? Like, we knew she'd be good, but did we know she would be this good?
Yeah, I was so pleasantly shocked and astounded at each sketch we got. I was like, this person is so talented. It was such a joy to see all of your artwork.
Well, thank you.
And we're going to have the read aloud in a bit. And I'm telling you, I want all of Alexandra's outfits, all of them. So I don't know, Rebecca, if you've gotten all the outfits, just the cover outfit, which you have on tonight, but we might have to do some pandemic shopping and make sure that we fill our closet with great date clothes.
And speaking of outfits, I did write a blog post about the process to choosing the outfit. So I'll put the link. Yes, thanks, Rebecca. I'll put the link on the chat so you can read more about the inspiration behind all the outfits, because it was fun, a really fun part.
There you go. And we have people commenting they want an Alex clothing line or paper dolls at least. Let's get on that so we can play dress up here at home.
That's how I felt drawing Alex. It was like my paper doll, and I was just choosing the best dresses.
Awesome. Well, Rebecca, let's kick it over to you in terms of, we're going to do the read aloud in a bit, but I love that Katerina even said, called the character Rebecca, and she didn't see you and didn't know who you were, the script comes in, the pages are on the word, and your heart and soul and your beauty is in this book. And your beauty translated into the character, the actual physical character of Alexandra. But what was it like to put your heart into this project? We're gonna take a quiz later, everybody, so get ready to figure out which dates are actually ones that Rebecca's been on, and you pulled from her life, and which are fully fictional. But what was it like, Rebecca, to create this character?
It was a lot of fun. You know, I make the joke that they say, write what you know. And I also know that, you know, some dates afterwards I could laugh or cry about them. So I decided to write what I knew, and maybe people could do both. No, I like what Claire said earlier about the empowerment. I think humor can be empowering. And I felt like I wanted people to feel seen. And then maybe also I wrote it down for myself to feel seen, to kind of tackle with these different pieces. I didn't realize until recently, I'd actually started working on a version of this back when I lived in Roanoke, when I was at Hollins. Hollins is home to Margaret Wise Brown, and who wrote Goodnight Moon. And I just played around with even an idea of Goodnight Swoon. I love the idea of just bad dates, you know, and I write through processing, and it's, you know, Bethany, you've talked a lot about, you know, kind of sowing the seed of yourself in writing. And even though Alex is not necessarily me, she is me in a lot of ways, and not all my characters and all my manuscripts will be me, but I definitely sowed that seed big time. And I thought, hopefully people will connect with the authenticity because I'm putting it out there.
Yes, you are. And I love how you said, you know, you have your MFA in dating, and you also mentioned that the seeds were where you actually got your MFA in children's writing in Hollins at Roanoke, right there. So, you know, the seeds keep layering and growing. And what was it like seeing your character come to life and these fabulous fashions, which we are all going to get to as we move through the series of bad dates? And get ready to laugh, everybody. So keep your cocktails flowing, and let's laugh. But what was it like to see it come to life?
It was invigorating. Every time I get different illustrations, those are nights where I couldn't even get to sleep. I was so excited. I love what Katerina did with, you know, I think Alexandra looks like someone we could all be friends with, that we could all hang out with. She just seems so approachable and natural and real to me. And the humor came through with the illustrations in a beautiful way. And I was really, really glad that Katerina and Claire and Natalie were on board with me being like, can we just add a little pup? And it's just there. Because I had a dog that would just come to my spinning class, and she was named Lottie. And I was like, I just love that she just sit next to the instructor. And it was like, what? No big deal. She's just here. And I like the humor that added. I think that these illustrations, what they convey to me also is like a lot of warmth. And, you know, obviously with picture books, you, especially for adults too, I mean, you just have to you really want the subtleties to be known, and you can't spell it all out in the words, and you have to really hope that the illustrations will carry the weight. And so the answer to how do I feel, I just feel overjoyed.
Overjoyed. So everyone, without further ado, we're going to get to Alex. But as we do that, as I pull that screen up for the reading, please let us know what cocktails you're drinking, or what kind of wine. You know, I see some lovely whites. Let us know. You don't have to go as far as letting us know the vintage, but you know, I would like to know if it's Pinot versus Riesling, or whatever it is that you're partaking in, because after this is all over, Rebecca's going to have some shots tomorrow and take little snippets of each person's drink. Just kidding. I need more wine. Stat, Chardonnay. Great. Perfect. Box wine in honor of the Writing Barn. Thank you, sadly, for that shout out, Aaron Sewell. Oh, great. LaCroix here. Same thing, Nikki. Wonderful. Okay. Going back to share. And let me see. Is this going to open presentation wise? There we go.
And as you start sharing that, Katarina, I saw you on mute. Did you want to say anything after that? Talk of the illustrations? I just wanted to make sure you got to say it.
Sure. I just want to say that Alex, I saw Alex exactly how you said just now, because I wanted her to be very easy to approach and that everyone can relate to her, and that's why she has. I told you this afterwards. That's why she has no specific color hair. Like she's not a. I didn't want her to be a blonde or a brunette or a redhead, but she has like this fun look because I wanted her to be fun, and I see her as a very strong character, and I love strong characters in stories, so that's why I fell in love with Alex, and I hope that the pictures show that, and
Thank you, Kat.
and also that a show, like you said, there's I get a script and there's a storyline, but there's also another story that it's not in the text, and that we worked as a team to portray that in the pictures, and that was fun.
And we should also plug that Katarina and I are going to do an Inside the Illustrations talk on Instagram Live.
True.
And we're going to
talk about fashion and secrets.
That's all on my book tour page.
Awesome. Rebecca, it's not going to open fully, but everybody should see the screen. What we sent over isn't opening fully, but we can go ahead and go from there. Can you see that, my dear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so that's not opening? You can't push the little PowerPoint screen?
It's not opening larger than that.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I can even see if I can open it on mine.
You want to open it on your end?
I can try.
Yeah, feel free. Sorry, everyone. We have to give you I'm recording again. There you go.
Okay, we'll just do it like this. Just a tiny bit better, I guess. Single and turning 30, Alex challenged herself to hashtag 30 dates in 30 days. Coffee shops, happy hours, tapas galore, and endless who's getting the check tangos. How bad could it be? And what did she have to lose? Famous last words. Number one was clearly a hashtag mistake. Her date insisted she get the prime rib and that women should just accept the wage gap. Your brains are just different, he mansplained. Alex grabbed her steak to go and let him enjoy the financial success of buying her meal. Date number two briefed everyone at the Wine and Cheese Bar on his Ivy League status. Hashtag Harvard Avardi tossed his menu at the server. I can't believe you don't have a proper dessert wine. Alex deserted him. Guess who treated mom to a cruise every year? Number three. They even lived next door to each other in matching apartments. Before Alex took her first bite, number three posted a photo and tagged his mom. Look, mac and cheese with lobster, your favorite. Hashtag mama's your lobster. His mom double tapped. Alex tapped out. So remember, guys, you should be guessing in here in the chat which ones of these are based on real life.
There you go.
She received awful reception for number four. They met online, and that's where he stayed. His phone out their entire date. Hashtag phone it in. Hashtag loss of appetite. Numbers 5 through 7 were like cereal without a prize. Perfectly fine, but not worth the round two. Hashtag checks, please. So we're going through this pretty fast. There's a lot of Easter eggs hidden in these illustrations. And I talked to my publisher before I decided to share the whole thing. And we feel pretty confident that if y'all see the whole thing, you're going to feel like you want to buy it for your friends. Hopefully you'll want to get it and go back and see these little hidden treasures Katerina has in there. It felt like work to hear some dates only talk about their jobs. Alex appreciated number 8's preparation until he demanded silence to perfect his copper theory. Hashtag see you never. Hashtag no chemistry. Number 9 spent the entire date teaching his favorite programming languages. He permitted questions, but didn't reciprocate. Hashtag does not compute. Alex felt hopeful about number 10 until he lectured her on Russian classics. If you're not reading the best, he told her, why read it all? Too bad he couldn't read her face. Hashtag academy, nah. Numbers 11, 12, and 16 were awkward and so hurt when she didn't trust them enough to go to their place for the first date. Guys, put a thumbs up if you ever experienced this in their chat. Those nights she treated herself and her gut instinct to a double-decker strawberry cone. Hashtag ice cream for personal safety. Hashtag ready to taste romance. Alex thought she had a coffee date with number 13. Instead, she was served a green tea lecture and a bite calorie count of her blueberry yogurt and muffin. Hashtag ready for a date diet. Date number 15 had zero aspirations of travel or fun in general. I prefer to stay in my own neighborhood. Everything I need to see is on YouTube. As he talked, Alex imagined a far-off land, one full of exciting possibilities and people with actual personalities. Hashtag dreaming of Australia. Number 14, 17, and 19 were no fun and made her grateful for caffeine. Of course I want to hear about the time you got your wisdom teeth removed. Your closet is made up entirely of plaid shirts and chinos? Fascinating. I never thought much about dirt varieties. Alex went back for extra shots just to stay awake. Hashtag a latte small talk. Alex felt like she was babysitting number 18. He burped the entire alphabet and literally skated out on the check. She wanted to send a bill to his parents. Hashtag no more daycare. Hashtag drunk dates barely counted. Alex never met number 20. He was too intoxicated to find the restaurant. The next day, Mr. 21 lost track of Long Island's and passed out at the table. It was strange to attend a first date's birthday, but Alex figured it would be fun to meet number 22's friends. The surprise party was on them, as their truly bad date gifted them the opportunity to invest in a startup. New rule, hashtag no more party favors. For the book or not, 23 and 24 had all the advice. You haven't invested in Bitcoin? You're missing out on the future. I can't believe you like books. Print is dead. I could fit all the Library of Congress on my phone. She decided to leave them both unread. I just have to say that one was true. Okay.
You couldn't even keep it in.
Before I forget, you need to know that was one of the worst dates of my entire life. Okay. Alex showed up to number 25's favorite spot, and unfortunately, all signs pointed to another awful, awkward, no fun, truly bad date. Numbers 25 through 29, 26 through 29, Alex texted her friends, hashtag don't even ask, not worth it, hashtag moving to Australia.
Show Lottie again. There you go. Lottie shout out.
Yeah. As 30 Dates in 30 Days was coming to an end, Alex was at the end of her rope. She was 30, single, and almost 30 days clear on what she did and did not. One. With only one date to go, Alex was expecting the worst. But no, so number 30 was her best date yet. I'll take one of everything, she told the server. It was so good, in fact, that she was ready for hashtag 30 dates in 30 days again. Rock climbing, hikes, trips to the winery, dancing, traveling with herself and maybe a few fab friends. There would be no more awful, awkward, no fun, truly bad dates now that Alex learned how to hashtag self-validate. Woohoo! Woohoo! especially in Australia.
Oh, you forgot the last hashtag.
Hashtag,
Koala fabulous.
hashtag koala me fabulous.
Koala me fabulous. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, we have people wanting to donate these books to single men everywhere. So it's not just for the your girlfriends. It is for the guys out there. Nick, don't be alone in being a good dude who managed to snag a fabulous woman.
Stephanie, I want you to know that I've heard of 3 different women already buying this for their nephews and 2 different men buying it for advice. I think you could change Alex out for a man and you can learn a lot. I think this is kind of a cautionary tale manual. So
there you go. There you go. Multiple needs that this fabulously funny book fits. Becca, would you like to open up for questions from everyone?
yes, if anyone wants to unmute and ask a question, feel free or type it in the chat.
Yes, type it in the chat, guys, if you'd like to ask a question, and write Q and then your question, and I'll call on you, and then you can unmute. Libby has one already, so we can go to Libby while other people start typing in their questions. So Libby, please go ahead and ask your question.
Sure. I love this book so much, and I know you've been on so many funny, exciting dates. Will there be a sequel?
I definitely feel like I have enough for a sequel. I think it would be really fun to maybe explore a COVID edition. I don't know, Natalie and Claire, maybe, what do you think?
I know that people are having some pretty crazy virtual dates, socially distanced dates currently. So who knows? There's certainly enough material for many, many, many books.
For sure. My mom always jokes after my bad dates. She's like, looks like you're just saving for the sequel.
There you go. More research, more research. Great. Let's have Ann Bingham. Why don't you come on and ask your question?
Hi there. Sorry, I was not prepared to come on. I wanted to know, actually, I wrote how, but why did you choose Australia as Alex's dream destination?
That was a nod to Alexander in the terrible, no good, very bad day. And I thought it'd be fun to have a sweet little thread to Judith's voice original. I also think it's really fun to plan adventures when things aren't going your way, not to escape, but to really get to know yourself and who you have around you and kind of how you want to envision and dream. And so I knew it'd be fun to have for her to have like a cool goal that she was sort of reaching towards.
Oh, I love that.
Love it, and love that this is our first mention to harkening back to the children's classic, which of course the book is, you know, built on and a parody of. Lila, would you like to come on and ask your question?
Sure. Hi, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited. I love this book. I've heard you read it now, I think twice, and I'm like totally not sick of it yet, and I keep finding new things in it. But what I wanted to ask was about the choice to use hashtags, because I think like you don't often see hashtags in books, obviously, because they're like so timely and are tied to a particular medium, which is not the book medium. So I was interested in that choice.
Thank you so much for asking that, because when I wrote it and drafted it, that was definitely a nod to something I hope you guys see when you read it more and more, the underlying themes of friendship and empowerment. Because when the way I see the hashtags, honestly, are the way she's summarizing and reaching out to her friends. And so originally I thought that would be like, there'd be like a tiny phone in the corner showing what she was texting. I think that that'll be the way it is when the movie comes out. say. But yeah, they're just kind of quippy ways, with the picture book format, as you know, Lila, it's so brief. And so I thought it'd be a really fun way to be funny, but also to be punchy and to summarize what was happening.
Awesome. Awesome. Do we want to do another? Oh, Katerina has a question for you. Great.
Yes. So for the movie, who is playing Alex? Think about that, and then
Think about it. I mean, I thought Zooey Deschanel, if she's available, but then, I don't know, because she doesn't really look like the character. You guys think on this with me.
Good idea.
Here you go. You could tweet your casting things to hashtag Alex Awful Bad Dates. And we could see if we could get some traction.
Yes,
great.
Alex,
Somebody saying.
Thank you for saying that. Please, if you guys tweet about this book at all or Instagram, please use the hashtag Alex Awful Dates.
Alex Awful Dates. The girl from Emily in Paris, the girl from Palm Springs. I love how we just know they're the girl, the girl in these new big shows. Nick, you said you had 2 questions. Leave it to a man to have 2 questions, but come on anyway, Nick.
Okay, never mind. Goodbye.
Sorry, Nick.
Okay, I have 2 questions. One, I know a little while back you had like a new application for dating, and I wanted to know if anything came from that. And then the other thing I was going to ask was the process as far as like, this is a picture book, but it's really like for adults. And so was there a difference in that writing process for you or for thinking about it, or kind of did it just flow like that?
Great question. Thank you, Nick. And also shout out to Nick for being one of my critique buddies. So you've been a part of this. The application for dating is still open. So tell your friends. Honestly, I've been really dating a dream right now, which has been fully embracing this book. I kind of gave myself some leeway and I was like, well, I've got a little bit on my plate, so I've really leaned into that. But what the dating application has done is really streamlined my process. I've gotten a few DMs from people and I've just directed them to the application and said, thank you so much for contacting me. If you're interested, here is the application. And people have followed through and I'm like, this is really great. They see what I'm about. They know what I want. They know that I'm willing to give a lot too in my qualifications. And so it's really helped that way. With the picture book process, yeah, I think one thing Katerina talked about was, I think the picture book for adult process is a lot faster as far as I could understand. I mean, it just went by really quick. And I feel like maybe I got to have a little more input into the illustrations that way. I also felt like, the illustrations didn't necessarily have to say everything like they do for little readers. They can't read the words. And so I thought, Katerina could zoom in on a funny element and that could hold its weight and it wouldn't have to summarize the whole page. So maybe I thought the humor could be heightened in that way. But the process was really similar as far as making sure that each page turn had, reason to keep turning, and then a little miniature arc, and the way that the word choice needed to flow and be tight. I think that there's a lot of similarities, but maybe some of the subtleties I could have more liberty with. So thanks for asking that question.
Awesome. We're going to go back to Lila for a second question, but first, give me another number, Becca, for our door prize.
72.
72. Okay. And our first one was 33, and that goes to Lane Arnold. Lane, number 33. You are the big winner, Lane Arnold. Okay. As Lila and then Parker ask their questions, I will find out who number 72 is. All right, go right ahead.
How did you decide what order to put the dates in? You were just talking about page turns and like how there is an arc, and it made me think about like, oh, you need an arc to the dates as well. Like ideally it's not just like this one and then this one and then this one. So how did you spend a lot of time playing around with the order? How did you decide like what came first and what came later and what followed what?
That's one of the reasons that I am so grateful for Natalie as being an editorial agent. And Natalie helped me a lot with that. We decided originally they weren't necessarily in, I don't even know if we had a number for all of them. Natalie, do you want to share anything about that?
Sure. I mean, I remember that actually it was even, I think even the 30 dates in 30 days was something that we ended up coming through and brainstorming. It was kind of just a bunch of dates, Alex and the horrible, terrible, no good, very bad dates. And then it was kind of coming up with a concept to kind of pull it all together for kind of a reason, something that would contain it all. And then from there, you're thinking through the page length and realizing you can't have each page being one date or you're going to draw it on way too long. So kind of thinking through, and then this is where Rebecca came in and thinking through which one she could consolidate and pull together. So it's kind of it gives us just a process of thinking through, needing that theme and then the actual structure of what a finished product will look like and how do you make it fit into that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Number 72 is Marcy Atkins. What did she win, Rebecca?
Yay! She won a copy of the book. Woo-hoo! I know Marcy already has one because Marcy is in my original critique group from Roanoke, but I'll be sending you another copy, Marcy, and hopefully you can share it with a friend.
Awesome. And how many do we have, Rebecca?
Door prizes?
Yes.
We can do two more.
Two more. Okay.
Courtesy of Ulysses.
Two more courtesy of Ulysses. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. All right, Rebecca, pick another number and give me two numbers and then I will find out who they are.
69.
69.
And 81.
81, 69 and 81. Okay. And it looked like I'm going back. Sorry, guys. This is harder than a talk show. They don't have like live chats happening at the same time. Let's see. Who did we say our next question was going to be from?
Parker, maybe?
Yes, it was Parker.
Hi. I just want to say congratulations, Rebecca, and congratulations, Katerina. This is a wonderful book. I have like two short questions. Were there any date ideas that weren't included? And how much support or pushback did you receive for the ending?
I had a lot of dates that weren't included. The one, we forgot to play Fact or Fiction.
That was going to come up when we got back to the.
Oh, okay.
You can tell us in a bit.
Okay. I will say the Library of Congress date one, it was actually even worse than we put in the book. I think Natalie and I sometimes talked about how like some stuff just too unbelievable. That date also let me know at the beginning of the date that his ex monitored all of his moves and hacks into his phone and actually very regularly breaks into his house and lays out outfits for him. And it was good that I didn't give him my address because she would have known where I lived. And when he did the LOC comment, like I have all it on my phone, teens don't read, he actually saw my face, which doesn't hide anything, and he pushed away from the table and his chair almost slammed to the ground and he ran out of the restaurant. So not all the dates were in there, but sequels can happen. And what was your other question, Parker?
My other question was just how much support or pushback did you receive for the ending?
Oh, great question. You know what? I don't feel like I've had pushback yet, thankfully, because I feel like we honored the story. People have constructively asked me like, why didn't date number 30 end with someone? And Natalie and I felt really strongly that like, that wasn't the audience we're writing for. Hallmark has enough of those movies and I love them. And those books are out there, but we're writing for women and men who are still looking, and they're finding themselves, and they're feeling more empowered as they go. And it didn't seem genuine for her to be like, date number 30, we found someone. In the drafts, in the original also, and maybe in the movie, you know, as she's planning her adventures and she's on her adventures, people are noticing her. You know, other romances could be sparking and she doesn't even realize it. And so that's kind of part of the subtext. But the ending needed to be that she was hashtag self-validating all over the place and with her friends.
Awesome. And we have our next two winners. Drum roll. Number 69 was C.S. Jennings. Yay! And what did he win?
A book.
A book. Woohoo! And he could possibly counter with the male version of this, because I know CS, and I know he's gone on some doozies of dates too. And number 81 was Sonnet Connor. What did she win?
A book.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Fabulous, fabulous. Your book?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. Perfect, perfect. You each won copies of Alexandra and the Awful, Awkward, No Fun, Truly Bad Dates. And remember, everyone, you can get your copies signed and personalized. I'm getting mine. I have a friend who's newly single and actually just went on, not Tinder, what's the other one called?
Bumble.
She just went on Bumble, and I helped her with her profile, and she's meeting someone tomorrow. So I think I need to get her this book like overnighted to make sure she has research done on what she's going to be preparing herself for as a newly single woman. Wonderful, wonderful. And Rebecca, did you want to play Bad Dates? Yes. Why don't you give us like an either or? Pick two from the book that one is real and one is not, and we will decide in the chat function which one is and which one isn't. I think that will be the easiest way to play our dating fact or fiction game.
That sounds perfect, and we're going to continue with the fun, but I also wanted to communicate out there for all you Zoomers. Just know if you have to bounce off, if you have kids with bedtimes, that includes the panelists, just know I've loved having you here. And I know a lot of us are Zoomed out. So if anyone needs to go, do not feel bad at all. No, I love you. Okay. Well, how about the drunk date that couldn't find the restaurant?
All right, was the drunk date that couldn't find the restaurant true, and then or false, fact or fiction, and then the other date?
How about the guy who lectured on Russian classics?
Guy who lectured on Russian classics. Which one is true, everyone? Drunk date or Russian classics? Ooh, we got some votes coming in. They look pretty even. Somebody said earlier that they sure hope the drunk date, that was Gloria, your good friend Gloria said, I hope the drunk date wasn't real. So which one, Becca? We're on pins and needles.
The drunk date was absolutely real. He could not find me. He called and told me he was there and he was not there. And couldn't find it. And so at that point, I'd already ordered queso and my margarita. And I really have a special date place that I enjoy. It's right by my house. And the manager knew me. So Craig, the manager, sat down and had queso with me when the drunk date couldn't find me. Also, I'm sorry to say that there were multiple drunk dates. He's not the only one.
This is Austin. This is Austin. Oh, and several people dated the Russian classics guy. I definitely dated the does not compute tech dude. So yes, we all have. He gets around, Nikki says. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think we could keep going all night, but I have cake to get to, so I want to be sure we have celebration cake as well. We've done our door prizes, we've played fact or fiction, bad dates, fact or fiction, and now we have a pug cake, everybody. So here is Lottie on top of a cake, And if that wasn't enough, we also have a special slice of a different cake just for Rebecca and just for Katerina and the panelists, a turquoise ombre cake for all of you. What an incredible, incredible night. Rebecca, you had some more thank yous you wanted to do, correct?
Yes, I wanted to do thank you in the form of a toast. So if we could go to, yeah. I wanted to thank you in form of a toast. And I wanted to open up if anyone else wanted to do a little toast. And again, if people need to leave, it's totally fine. It's understandable. But I think at least one person wanted to do a toast, which was my mom.
Oh. Is your mom gonna go first?
Yeah, she can go now if she wants. Mom, you're muted.
Okay. There, can you hear me?
Yes, Mom. Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Hi. What a fun evening, Rebecca. Really just fun to celebrate you and see all your hard work come to fruition. You've worked so hard since 3rd grade, actually. And I was with you when you decided to go to Hollins. I've been with you through many of these wonderful adventures. So to my very talented, awesome daughter who has published her first of many books. So I'm really proud of you, Rebecca. And I love you very much. So thank you. I love you.
Love you. To Rebecca. Oh, how beautiful, how beautiful.
And cheers to my mom for believing in me. And she's had me in her phone as Rebecca the writer for 15 years now. And also, Mom, secrets out, when the Easter Bunny gave me the book, if you were a writer, I think you may have tipped him off.
I did. Yes, I did, Rebecca. Yes, I did. I love you.
Love you.
How lovely. Anyone else? I definitely have one that I can close with.
I'd love
I
to
just want to say I'm out of words for today. I've used all my words today, but I brought my pom-poms. Yay, Rebecca.
Thank
you.
I love you. And I think Libby was talking too. Thank you.
Yes, Libby.
Yeah, I cannot beat pom-poms. I'm sad I came unprepared, but I'm so proud of you, Rebecca. I feel like I've watched a lot of this process, and as a non-writer, I have so much respect for how much work goes into a book like this. So cheers to Rebecca, cheers to Katerina, and to everyone that made this happen.
Woohoo, beautiful. And your cocktail looks great, Libby. Woohoo. And Brittany would like to make a toast.
Yes, I just like to make a quick one. I think there are so many different toasts that I could do for Becca in this moment, but as I was sitting here, I was thinking about the time that I met Becca and how it feels sort of serendipitous to this book, because I think that who I met reminds me quite a bit of Alex, the character in the book. So I did meet Becca on Halloween. Gosh, it's been 7 or 8, maybe even more years ago now. It was when she was at Hollins in Roanoke, actually. And I knock on her door. I'm with a mutual friend, meeting her for the first time. And I swear she opens the door. She's got, her hair is all over the place. And she's got the most amazing costume on, of course, because it's Halloween. And immediately she just grabs my arm and she goes, "It is so wonderful to meet you. Can you please do my hair for me?" I went in and she was just full of life and love. And, it's as with Alex, I think Becca has always been someone that's just warm and caring and super welcoming and friendly. So in ways I find the book to be a little bit serendipitous to the time that I met Becca.
Thanks, B. Love you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else?
I want.
Yes, Gloria. Unmute. Oh, you're still muted. There you go.
It takes me forever to unmute. I just want to say I love Becca. I just love her. Her personality is just the greatest. And I am so glad that I met her through the Writing Barn and WSS. And, She's just the greatest, and her book is just fabulous, and I just can't be happier for her. I'm thrilled for her. Yay.
Woohoo! Accountability partners.
Yes, Chloe and I email regularly with our goals.
Well, I am gonna. Oh, anybody else?
I think Nick said something in the chat real fast that he wanted.
Oh, there you go. Yep, Nick and Parker would like to as well.
Yeah, I just really wanted to quickly say, I've been on this journey with you, Rebecca, for a while, and you've built a world of words, whether it's at the writing barn or your job or the things you do through all the associations you work with. And I'm just so happy for you that you're like in it. Like, this is it. Like, this is the big, culminating event. And so I'm just so happy for you. And I just hope you just live in this right now and just enjoy it as much as you possibly can.
Thank you, Nick. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, Nick. Parker, come on.
Hello. I just wanted to do a specific toast to Katerina. This was my introduction to your work, Rebecca, and it has made me want to look into more of your work. And I'm proud of you and congratulations. But Katerina, I saw you working so hard on this, and I know I've told you this already, but I'm so proud of you and I love you. And I'm so happy to have such a talented friend, and I am so happy to support you. So even though I'm toasting with water, this is to you. Cheers.
Thanks, Parker. Thank you. I just want to say, you're a kid. You're entitled to drink water. This is for adults only. And I knew that I said to Parker, I don't want you to be here because I'm gonna cry. But thank you, Parker, because she was with me since the beginning, and we are both volunteers at a animal shelter. And I got the script, and I would see her in the morning and say, I don't know if I can do this. This is so much work. Am I capable to do this? And she was there for me. So thanks.
Yay to Katerina.
And by the way, I could do this all night because just sleeping. Cheers.
Cheers. What are you partaking of, Katerina?
Gin and tonic.
Oh,
and drinks, because I'm snob.
With a little lemon in there?
Yes.
Beautiful. I'm cocktail jealous. I have bubbly water is what my 5-year-old calls it, which is what it's in my celebration mug, but it's got Becca's colors. Anyone else?
I was gonna say, Bethany, before you close, I wanted to do a toast, and I'll let you.
Oh, yes. Oh, I get to close? Okay.
Yeah, I thought you could close.
I could close. All right. Oh, sure.
I just wanted to do a cheers, and thank you again for the Writing Barn, for hosting this, and for the Texas Book Festival and the Lone Star Literary Life and Book People for being partners. Thank you so much to Katerina for just making the words come to life in a gorgeous way and championing it. And thank you to Natalie for believing in me and seeing that it'd be fun to dream together. And then also for Claire for just the support to make this book happen. So, and also all the friends and family, you guys, to see all your names pop up and the people from all different areas of my life. I'm really touched. Thank you for Zooming when I know our Zoom bandwidth is not much. So, feel free to join some of the other events if you want. Just know that you are very special to me. So cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to quench my thirst as I hopefully we'll try not to cry. I am really thrilled to have gotten to host this evening. We knew from the moment Becca and I met and became friends, as well as mentor and mentee, that there was just something special and magical about our friendship and about her time at the Writing Barn with so many great friends, many of who are here tonight. Becca makes us all laugh. She makes us cry. She is real and raw and generous, and she brings all of herself to everything she does. And we knew we were going to host a party at the Writing Barn when her very first book came out. So pretend you're all at the party porch at the Writing Barn under the twinkly lights with our incredible box wine from Costco. Shout out to Aaron Sewell, who's letting us all know that we'd be drinking box wine if we were here. Very classy box wine, but yes, it would be box wine. And I'm just so moved by the participation, by the joy, by the humor of this book, and everybody that anybody's put something into it. Oh yes, Becca, you get to sign the party porch at the Writing Barn. And you said something tonight that I jotted down that I wanted to close us all out with. You said that this book is about finding your power as you go. And that's why you chose the ending that you chose. And being a part of your journey and watching you find your power as you go, owning your intellect, your wit, your humor, your heart, your fabulousness, while you wait for whoever the man is that's going to be able to match all of those qualities. Dating is not a solitary sport. Writing is not a solitary sport. And we are here for you always. Defining your power as you go, everyone. To Rebecca, always. And the team behind Alexandra and the awful no good, no fun, truly bad dates. Not no good. That's the other character. Everybody go ahead if you'd like to unmute and give Rebecca a round of applause, and Katerina and Natalie and Claire. Faces. Yay.